Hello, Mazi, are you there?
Yeah.
Yes, Mazi, we are live and direct. Of course, we have some technical issue, but I have already fixed it. I think we are going to move forward this time around because we have no time to waste. Mazi, I welcome you once again today in the name of Chukwu Okikabia Mapurimi Henine. And I know that our people are going to join. Of course, we have a lot of issues here and I'm trying to fix it, but now I have gotten it right. So we are going to proceed on today's broadcast. Mazi, I welcome you once again. And our people already know that tomorrow is Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case. And we are going to talk about it today because it's very, very important. We talk about the man that is today in DSS dungeon fighting for Biafran restoration project. Of course, there is nothing we can do without talking about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. That is why we are here today to talk about him. At the same time, we are going to talk about a lot of things that matters to our struggle and things that is happening today in our land called Biafra, because there's no how we are going to shy away from that. All these criminalities, all these hoodlums, those people that are causing problem, those people that are making Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to remain in DSS dungeon. Of course, Mazi, you are going to introduce yourself, but let me introduce myself so that we are going to move straight away to the point because, of course, you are a busy man. You have a lot of things to do. Yesterday, even though we're supposed to come up yesterday, but because of no time. All right, wonderful people, freedom fighters, lovers of freedom, great people all over the world. You are welcome once again on Biafran Television Channel 1/IPOB Rapture Media under the leadership of Mazi Nnamdi Okechukwu Nwachineke. Here I am. I always set the record straight, regardless of your position, your words, or whosoever you may be. And I always stand on my word that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is the highest commander and the highest authority in this Biafran restoration project. But as it stands today, Mazi Chike Doziem is the one in charge. I am from Ihala in Anambra in Biafra land. Mazi, I would like you to introduce yourself so that I will begin to ask you some questions that I want to ask you because we are moving straight. Ndewo Mazi, please.
No, thank you very much, Biafran child, the general himself. Thank you so much for once again having me in this great IPOB platform and Biafran television. Of course, you are doing a very, very nice job. And Chukwu Kabiama is your strength, and all our media warriors all over the place that are working assiduously to make sure that we keep this Biafra burning. Thank you so much for all what you are doing. And my name remains Mazi Aizayoba. By the special grace of God, I serve the indigenous people of Biafra in the capacity of Deputy European Rep and as well as member of the Directorate. Of course, I come from, Owoda province, so in Biafra land. So I reside here in the Republic of Ireland. And before I proceed, of course, I will not hesitate to welcome our audience, IPOB family and Biafrans worldwide, including our enemies and the lovers of freedom and justice, and most importantly, our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be in the enemy dungeon at this critical time. I said Mechukwu Kabiama continue to strengthen him and protect him wherever he is. And of course, my special regard to our head of directorate, Mazi Chike Doziem, and our European rep, Mazi Austin Abanim, who I deputize, and also all the rest of members of directorates, like Mazi Nzurumike and also Mazi Chinasanworu, who is also doing a very powerful job. We are all committed. We are committed. All IPOB principal officers worldwide, my fellow comrade here in Europe, and all the national coordinators in Europe here and also around the world. My special regard to also my zone here where I belong, and the Dublin zone, and also Ireland in general. I just want to recognize them because Ebonyo Bikona Wachia cannot be here without referencing them as well. They are very, very committed members here. Our national coordinator is working so hard here. Our zonal coordinators are working hard. Our principal officers, PROs, zonal PROs, every single one of them, I can see the activities on their forums and social media. They're all working hard. They are not backing down. As we told the enemy, we are not going to back down. We are committed to restore Biafra. We don't have any back to lay until Biafra is restored. Anybody thinking that we're going to back down in this Biafra restoration project, you're wasting your time. I have told them severally, both in public and also in private, with or without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, we are going to restore Biafra. They must understand that. So holding him is not going to change our principles and our modus operandi. We are working very, very hard. Nigeria is bleeding from their nose now. They know how much they have spent just to, infiltrate IPOB. All are infertility. So they are not making any headway. We are committed. We are not backing down. There is nothing in this world can make us to back down. Whether you have Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, whether you disobey your own court rules and proceedings, it's not going to change our proceedings and our progress in Biafra restoration. Rather, it's going to expose Nigeria in a worst kind the world will ever see. Thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you, Mazi Isaiah Oba. Some of you that don't know who is with us here today is a deputy to European rep, and he is also one of the DOS. You know, sometimes some of our people always like to gossip. They always went to where they always like to gossip. We are here to set the record straight. We are here to tell you what it is. And this is only where you can hear the truth. All these questions that you people are asking, all these rumors that are flying all around on social media, gossiping here and there, where do you think that you are going to hear the truth? You are going to hear the truth from the leadership. You are not going to be, going around hearing the gossip. Sometimes some of you will say, we never heard from one of the leadership. The leadership, one of them are here to talk to us, to tell us things that we have to know on this court case. Because, of course, tomorrow, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, like I said, is coming to court tomorrow on 5th of October, 2023, for the hearing in Supreme Court, the highest court in that contraption called Daminibu Zoo. And I hope we haven't forgotten that this man we are talking about have been discharged in appeal court, but they are still holding him. But Mazi, the reason why I bring you here today, we're going to talk about a lot of things. I have 3 articles that we are going to talk about. Of course, we are going to talk about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case that is coming tomorrow. And we are also going to talk about the infiltrators. You know, they always, whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is coming to court, that is when they will begin to cause all this, their atrocity and mayhem. Because, of course, there is a purpose for them doing that. It's not just shouting for nothing. Of course, they are scripted. If you can see, is whenever Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case is coming, that is when they will begin to destroy burnings of businesses and properties of our people. And I ask myself, what is the reason? And the third one we are going to also talk about, all these civic fundamental education. This is a new book that they are introduced to our people, trying to lie and say that we are invaders. So Mazi, let me start from Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case. What do you have to tell us about this coming court tomorrow? Of course, we know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have won them. We know that all the whole 15 count charges, putting on him have been discharged. I mean, they have already trashed it into dustbin. I don't even know what they are waiting for. I don't know if the reason why they are going to Supreme Court. Mazi, what do you have to tell us? Of course, you told us here that with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, without him, Biafra must be restored. So, Mazi, I want you to tell us, what are we going to be expecting from the Supreme Court? Of course, we know that these people, there is no justice in Nigeria, but we want to hear from you as one of our leader, Mazi. Thank you, and the floor is yours. Thank you.
Right, Mazi, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Of course, we're going to say it the way it is. Anyone that knows Nigeria must understand the way Nigeria is structured, regardless the way you sees it. As I said before, Nigeria is a country that we know that is a quagmire, is formed out of, force force. It's not organic. Nigerian state is a kind of geographical, if you like, if it's up to that qualification. But we all know how Nigeria is formed. Nigeria is not independent. Nigeria is not independent as the quote, the case may be. Nigeria is a quagmire. Nigeria is not viable. Nigeria is not a law-abiding country, if you like, if it's qualified even to call a country. Nigeria is just a mere geographical expression, if I'm allowed to use that word. So everything about Nigeria is fake on a false foundation. It does not even understand its domestic law. It does not even understand international law. It does not understand their own, principles. They don't have anything to hold on to. So, but having said that, having said all these things, we are not going to preempt what the court is going to be tomorrow. We are watching them with keen interest. What we are doing here is expose Nigeria in its, fraudulent, activities. Nigeria is the only country in this world that never ever obey the rule of law. And now, what I'm going to say in that regard, the Nigerian people, those that believe in Nigeria, should know the type of mess they are in at this time. If Nigeria, as you call it, cannot obey their own rule of law, then there is problem. There is problem. The citizens, those who call themselves Nigerians, should have a serious concern. A country that doesn't obey their own rule, that violates international law, violate their own domestic law, does not obey their own law, Nigerians should have concern about it. Now, going to the extent to a different country and kidnap, participated in this rogue style of kidnapping game in another country, to kidnap a citizen of another country, drag the person, they dragged him, blindfolded him, like them themselves are the as kidnappers behave. They kidnap somebody, they blindfolded the person. We saw the picture and the video where Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was blindfolded and brought to the court premises. Court premises. I have never seen anything like that before. What we are saying here is not that Nigeria is going to obey their court order. We want to expose Nigeria so that when Biafrans or when IPOB will commence their march, exactly, that's what I'm talking about, blindfolded. So what we're saying here, we are letting the world know, exposing Nigeria, how Nigeria is being run by rogue elements who does not understand international laws, who does not obey international law, who does not even recognize their own rule of law, to hold accountable those who destroying the Nigerian image on the international stage, going by another country, kidnap somebody, blindfolded the person, and brought him to the court premises. And today, the same court which they brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to, discharged and acquitted this man on the 13th of September last year, if I'm correct. On the 13th of September, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was charged with bogus allegation, about 15 charges. All these 15 charges, the Nigerian competent court of law said Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is not guilty. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not violated any international, law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not committed any crime known to the international community or even to the local, community, or even to the Nigerian state law. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have not committed the crime. They said Nigerian DSS security operatives or Nigerian government, as the case may be, were the one guilty by going on international, destroying the image of the so-called Nigeria, kidnapping somebody on a rogue style, blindfolded him and brought him to the Nigerian court that's supposed to be secret before the whole world. And now, therefore, destroying and tartashing the image of Nigeria. They said Nigerian security agents are guilty, that this man is, not guilty. They discharged and acquitted this man, which everybody saw it on international, reports on BBC, and also even useless BBC of a British megaphone lying media also reported that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been acquitted and discharged by the Nigerian competent court of jurisdiction. And after all this, Nigerians, security agents and Nigerian government refused to obey the own law themselves drafted. And Nigerians, nearly 300 million Nigerians, nearly 300 million, if not more, nearly 300 Nigerians were sitting down and watching, thinking that this is normal. Today, we saw P2B, the same thing happens to them. So what we are saying now, how can somebody call to discharge and acquitted? Because we are here to, let the world know and expose the evil as Nigeria can get. If somebody called to discharge and acquitted, you are bringing him back to the court tomorrow. Now, are you bringing him back to court tomorrow just to get court to say, now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is guilty? Then you will be happy. Now you want the court even, or the judges, to mess themselves up, to ridicule themselves before also the whole world by going against their own verdict. They have more than 2 times said that our...
But Mazi, if I may ask you, as you are
Yes.
talking, if I may ask you, what do you think that these people are going to discuss now in Supreme Court? Remember, in appeal court, even though the judge said they should not bring this man again to court, they should not take any case again on top of this man. So what do you think they are going to argue? In that court, they are going to, because I don't even understand what they are going to argue there. If the the normal court have said, release him, and they are still holding him, what do you think they are going to discuss there?
Mazi, I can tell you categorically, they have nothing to discuss other than to make fool of themselves. And that's why we are here to help them to expose Nigeria in their own, in their court of law. What, we are proving to the world and letting Nigerians know that Biafra of 1967 is not Biafra of today you are looking at. The people who are championing Biafra now are you and I, who are intelligents, who have seen life here in the Western world and decided to replicate what we are seeing here back home so that our people can have a better life. And Nigeria being a country that is that is built or formed on a falsehood, would definitely expose themselves in that. Now, like you said, you and I is saying here, somebody, the Supreme Court have said, do not bring this particular man, individual again, and be wasting our precious time before the public. Don't bring him, discharge him, leave him, let him go. Nigerian, in an animalistic way of description that we know, now continue. These people who are ill-educated, who don't know what the law is, who don't understand protecting the image of the country, And tomorrow you see them attacking IPOB, trying to blackmail IPOB, trying to call IPOB terrorists. Why in their own, they are the one that is acting as rogue countries and rogue animals and the terrorists themselves. Tell me which country that does this. And to be honest with you, as I said before, I met somebody here who said that they don't want to invest in Nigeria. They specifically told me they don't want to invest in Nigeria. They don't want to have anything to do with Nigeria. And I asked them why. They said because Nigeria cannot be trusted.
Mazi, how can somebody go to a place that they are killing, they are buying people, over 300 people, Boko Haram, all these herdsmen, all these Nigerian terrorists in army uniform that they claim that they are, kidnappers. They are buying people, more than 300 people every single day. How do you want foreigner to go there and invest? Mazi, I'm telling you today, I'm not lying to you. If you go now, if you pack plane, 30 plane and the anchor in that contraption and ask people if they want to remain, Maz, you are not going to see any single person in that contraption because everybody want to, get away from that contraption because we are not getting anything. Just imagine how, the resources that we have already found in that land. Okay, let us call it we are together as a Nigeria. Do you know how many resources are there? Do you know how people are suffering every single day that people can't even have a square meal a day? Maz, I want you to continue because we have to nail this court case. We have to tell the world that Nigeria are against the law. They don't even obey their own law. Maz, continue, please.
Maz, we are not expecting anything less than their usual animalistic behavior, and we're going to help them to expose them. Based on this, international community and the foreign investors coming even in Nigeria, because the last hope of every individual, every private sectors and group and industries, companies, their anchor hold on any country that they want to invest is the jurisdiction of that country. If the jurisdiction of that country is not functioning, nobody want to have anything to, because they will do undoable. The case of Mazi Nnamdi, Nigeria would have been of good favor if they have left Mazi Nnamdi to go. And this brouhaha of them coming to court and exposing themselves, exposing their ignorance of the international law and their own domestic law, will just at least somehow they will focus on something else. Maybe if they want to resuscitate the Nigerian economy, then they can focus on that. Now you have used Mazi Nnamdi to get yourself distracted, to get the jurisdiction messed up, to get the country messed up, to get even confidence from international community and the foreign investors messed up. The country cannot survive. No country can survive in this type of behavior. No country, because the world is watching. How can you be bringing somebody back to the court where the same court have told you, we don't want to see this man again. He's not guilty. All these bogus allegations that you're bringing here, we have studied them. Since 2015. Mazi Nnamdi was first kidnapped in Lagos. Would you call it kidnap or arrest in Lagos? He was brought to court. All the charges that they have laid against this man, they haven't won one. No winning of all these court cases. Even to IPOB members, they are going about kidnapping and the harassing and the disappearing them and bringing some of them brought to court. Some of them, they are not bringing them to court. They have not won one single case against IPOB, against the Biafran people. Now you are bringing this man the same court tomorrow. Now to expect what? This is the question everybody needs to be asking. Nigeria. Sometimes they will extend the court case, and sometimes they will run away from their own court case. And we are asking, what is it Nigeria for? Is it for the people? Is it they see just now? Watch out! Since Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped, look at the Nigerian value of naira. Because these are the confidence that people have lost in Nigeria. And this is going to turn Nigeria to Somalia is even fire paradise now than what the way Nigeria is. Nigeria have come to the lowest of the low in over 200 and something countries in this world. Nigeria is on the bottom now. Nobody want to see Nigerian passport. Nobody want to see Nigerians. If you're going on the street here, you and I knows when you go here, mention having a discussion with somebody. Once you mention Nigeria, that conversation is dead. The confidence is gone immediately. Because of all this things, Nigerian government think that the world are not looking at what they are doing. They didn't watch what is happening in their so-called court of P2B and the rest of it. They are not watching Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. These are, when Nigeria respect their own law, at least people will say that even as bad as Nigeria is, that their court is, have respect. The people who are in the court, respect the jurisdiction of the court. The country at least is well respected. In England, Britain that created Nigeria, you yourself now, even in as much as they hate Biafran people, they hate Igbo people, go to Britain, they are in their soil now, do something, let them brought it to court. Even if you kill somebody and the British judiciary system or court discharge and acquitted you, the British, what do you call them, security will never near you. Once the court proclaimed that this man you brought here, yes, he killed somebody, but there is a reason why he killed the person, and he's not guilty on his action. No matter what, the British police or army will never touch that individual. I am not saying that killing is normal, but what we're saying is to tell you how people trusted and built confidence in their judiciary and in their court. That is what matters. Nigeria have lost all this legitimacy. Nigeria have lost everything, confidence. Nigeria have lost it completely. People are suffering. Ordinary man doesn't get justice in the court. Ordinary woman doesn't get justice. Children are being molested in Nigerian state. Women are being molested. You see military and police beating women in broad daylight. Nothing happens. You see Nigerian state and police and securities kidnapping children, kidnapping adults, dehumanizing them, doing all sorts of, the question is, what is Nigerian state meant for? Is it for the people? What is the security of Nigeria is meant for? Is it for the people? What is the court of Nigeria is meant for? Is it for the people or for who? We are asking. And these are the questions Nigeria should be asking. Should be asking their government. Where do we go from here? What else left for us in this country? That the economy is down, the government is messing up, the people are not having their right, people are not protected, insecurity, even in a country where the country's security apparatus are forming insecurity to terrorize their own citizens that are meant to protect.
Mazi, if you, I want to also remind you, should in case if you haven't forgotten, we should also use the case of Ike Ekweremadu to understand, even though the British people that created that Nigeria, they don't care about who you are. The way they just put Ike Ekweremadu today in prison, if any of their citizen or any of their representative committed the same crime, it will be the same place that Ike Ekweremadu is. But I want our people to understand, it's a way round in Nigeria or Africa in general. If Ike Ekweremadu was in that contraption, he would never go to jail. That is not how he will go to jail. They will tell you that these people are above law. But we want our people to understand that this law we are talking about, nobody is above the law. When you commit a crime, you must face the consequence. But in Nigeria, it's not that way. Mazi, I want to ask you also this question because I remember that was 3 months ago or 2 months ago, if I'm not mistaken. I'm also standing to be corrected. When they said that there are some people, some charlatans, I call them inconsequential. They said that they have already sacked our Sackwomen, and they have sacked Barrister Ifeanyi Ejiofor. Who are those that are going to represent this court case tomorrow? I want to ask you because I'm still waiting if they have already brought in new lawyers. I want to hear from you, and our audience want to also listen to you. Who are those people are in charge of this case today as it stands? Mazi, the floor is
yours. Mazi, thank you once again. We all know that government contracted agents are working so hard to make sure that this Biafra movement is criminalized, and they make this Biafra movement or IPOB movement a laughing stock, which we are not allowing that to happen, and that is where they're getting all their frustration. These are few individuals that they called and paid heavily. Lai Mohammed paid them heavily. Jagaban paid them heavily. They campaign against their own brother P2B, and also they attack the leadership. The same people, the same group of people who claim that they love Mazi Kanu now, the same people who claim that they are for Biafra liberation and talking jargon and rubbish as usual, making a whole mess of themselves. They speak from both sides of their mouths. They say one thing, declaration after declaration, declaration after declaration. And the same people looked at Mazi Kanu's wife and call her all sorts of names, use the media platform. There is somebody that I saw a few days ago, was it last year or 2 years ago, and he reposted the video he made where he was saying that IPOB disobeyed, the leadership disobeyed Mazi Kanu for not giving one idiot a slot to broadcast on Radio Biafra. It's a tiny this, and I was looking at the guy, and this guy happens to be one of us before. And you know, he was talking that rubbish, and I was looking at a grown-up man talking rubbish, you know, saying that the leadership were, you know, disobeyed Mazi Kanu. They don't know that we saw these criminals before they came. You know, these people just came just to use the opportunity to hoodwink IPOB to get into the heart of this movement, to get into our nuclear warheads, which is Radio Biafra, and use it to decimate our people. They don't know that we've seen them before they arrive. Not too long after we rejected them from having access to the Radio Biafra, they now use their platform to be calling Mazi Kanu, which they said that they don't want to, they will never listen to anyone in DSS dungeon. These are the same people who now arguing that why the leadership did not give them access to Radio Biafra. So now you cannot listen to someone from DSS dungeon, but you want us to listen to, you will now listen to him when he asks you to have access to our media, warhead. This does that make sense? The same person now use his platform, attack the leader's wife. And I'm telling you, Mazi, you and I is here. Tell me you just traveled, by the time you come back or something happens to you, all you are hearing is that the so-called your follower has constantly attacked your wife, have constantly go on a public claim that even your own children is your barrister's children. Maz, how are you going to look at that individual? He did not even say it only on social, he tweeted it, he put it all over the place. And these are the same people are claiming that the leadership should have allowed this man to have access to Radio Biafra.
But Mazi, I don't want to cut you short, please. But Mazi, if you haven't forgotten also, remember the open radio, isn't it? The open radio. And why they did not allow the guy to come and take over that radio, or now give him a slot to begin to broadcast on that radio. That means that there is something hidden. There is, I believe you, Mazi, I do understand what you are trying to tell our audience. There's something behind of him coming to Radio Biafra to take a slot. They want to take over that radio. That is the purpose. Mazi, I want you to continue because I want our people to also understand this. They will.
Maz, before you take over something, if let me just use a common analogy. We just captured, let's say we captured the American plane, or like Russians are, log ahead now with America. They captured one of their sophisticated plane. Before they do anything, they have to capture the plane and study what is inside the plane and how the plane functions before they can duplicate it. So that is exactly what these people, the government, they plan way ahead of time. And I told our people that there are layers of these infiltrators. They come layers by layers, and they'll be falling off. You will see them falling off with minor reasons when they could not succeed their mission in IPOB. So this kind of person, they need access to Radio Biafra now to use it now to make one kind declaration that by the time the leadership will diffuse that or counter that, it would have gone so bad in the movement. It could have created a lot of confusion and disaffection here and there. That would have been a suicide mission. But due to in the IPOB leaders leadership wise understanding, we saw what is coming. We saw there is a kind of infiltration. We saw that people are trying to play with the minds of Onyendu, come in the back of Onyendu and do the damage. We stopped it. The leadership make a bold step. Whatever is going to be, let it be. The most important thing is to protect IPOB. Like I was having a discussion with a doctor here. He said, this person is not an IPOB member, it has nothing to do with IPOB. I just met him and then I decided to engage him in our evangelism and conversation. No, this man said that the IPOB and the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu he knows can never do anything detrimental to our people. Do you get that? Can never. It's something that is out of our blueprint. We can never, IPOB can never do anything that will harm our people. Even if Nigerian soldier is being chased, let me just use this. We are not saying that we are chasing Nigerian soldiers. Even if Nigerian soldiers is being chased and he run into IPOB family home, that soldier will not be touched. That soldier, military man, will not be harmed. Even a Fulani terrorist that we are talking about, if we are chasing them, maybe one of them happened to run to a shelter in where Biafrans are, you will see that guy have kind of seek refuge. This is how IPOB, this is how Biafrans is structured, this is how we behave. We just don't harm our people. But these people we are created, just pay them heavily, ransomly. You see what they are doing? They went and used money that was given to them, lure some innocent, disgruntled ESN, personals who are hungry or who are not disciplined, as the case may be, who are not disciplined. I won't say that they are hungry, who are not disciplined, lure them out, set them up and kill all of them. Look at all of them. Most of them have been killed, and you can never see this criminal using his platform talking about any Biafran that has been killed. Never happened. And you have not seen Nigerian government or Nigerian media coming out in the open condemning this guy's actions.
Mazi, before you go further, because there is something that you want to talk about here, and you are going to connect the dots. You are going to connect the dots. I want our audience and you also to listen to this. It's a video, but I'm not going to show their face, because if I show it now, of course, they are going to say we are going against their community standards. Mazi, there is something you said, that the Nigerians or the Nigerian media room, they never condemn that criminal in Finland. As it stands today, the same Eberima himself have came out and said that everything that he's doing it on his own. But up to date, the Nigerian media room, they are still attaching it on IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, for you to know that these people are well planned. This is a well planned game. Do your own. We are going to back you up. It does not matter what you say. But Mazi, we are going to listen to this audio tape. It's a video, so that you yourself will understand, to the extent that a journalist, because Mazi, you see, not all Yoruba people are bad. Not all, as we also said in our land, we have bad Igbo people, we have good ones. This is the way it is every place in the world. And before I will play this video, I'm sorry to add this thing here. Like the case of this Mobad that is going around today, that is happens in Yoruba land. Believe you me, if such a thing happen in Biafra land, they will turn it around and say that we hate each other. But they have forgotten that there is a criminal here, there is a criminal also there. You can't just say because of individual problem, now attach it to the whole indigenous people. It never works that way. That is why I never support them in this issue. But now, Maz, let us listen to this audio tape, please.
truths. We all know that these unknown government are not unknown government. They are members of Ipob and the ESN. Indeed, these are, criminal sources that have been unleashed on the Nigerian state. If you say categorically that they are members of IPOB, do you have proof to that? If IPOB is coming out to say, we don't know those people, and they are being tagged unknown, do you have proof to the fact that they are members of IPOB? Yeah, hello guys, I want you to watch this video. This is when we have a huge bad feeling about some people. Low. Mazi, the volume is very, very low. The volume is very low. If you can loud it a little bit from your own end, the volume is very low, hardly to hear.
Low. Mazi, are you talking to me?
Yes, the volume is very, very low, hardly for people to hear it. The volume is very, very low, hardly for people to hear it. I don't know the device you're using. If you can bring it closer to the microphone, yeah.
No, hold on. Let me change to another telephone, please. I want our people to understand that this is an issue that people are discussing on I think that was a channel television. When a man is trying to, they're trying to tag this to Nnamdi Kanu. Why the other journalists were telling the man that the leadership themselves have came out, town without number, to condemn this sit at home, that they are not involved. But at the same time, the man is saying that they are involved. That is why we have one of the leaders here. After the video is a little bit long video, but we are going to play half of it, like 6 minutes, and then one of this our leader here will take the matter up and tell us what he know about it. I'm just changing my second phone. I think this one is more better.
I have truths. We all know that these unknown government are not unknown government. They are members of Ipob and the ESN.
It's better now.
These are, criminal sources that have been unleashed on the Nigerian state. If you say categorically that they are members of IPOB, do you have proof to that? If IPOB is coming out to say, we don't know those people, and they are being tagged unknown, do you have proof to the fact that they are members of IPOB? Yeah, hello guys, I want you to watch this video. This is when you have a huge bad feeling about some people, and opportunity just came for you to express yourself. But you've forgotten that your bad feelings won't stop those people. Just listen to what this man said here, and also what the other second guy said. Watch this video, put your opinion on the comment section, share this video around, and if you haven't followed my page, click the follow button. Let's watch the video.
Can you provide us with an overview of the incident? What is your general take on that gory situation?
Well, it's one of sadness. It's one of pain that men who are committed themselves to saving the life.
You are not hearing it well.
To protect life and property.
Okay. So Mazi, it's okay. As you cannot hear his sound, let me bring this video. Let us see this video here. Let us see this video before we continue. As the thing cannot show well, let us see this video. I want to bring out one video. Then we are going to see the atrocity of these people in Biafra land.
Destroy them. People are mad. Life and direct. Life and direct. Life and direct. No retreat. No surrender. No retreat. No surrender. We at Nkwajake at Zango. Close to one 135. Today being second. 2023 October. On a life. Destroy the them. But all this is okay. They are, all of them are mad. Useless set of human beings. No retreat, no surrender. It's Nnamdi Kanu. He must be released. Whether they like it or not, Nnamdi Kanu, he must be released.
Hello, Mazi, can you hear me?
You see that innocent man? Release him. No Nnamdi Kanu. No peace.
I hope our people are seeing how they are burning the.
It's happening live and direct.
Of our people.
Live and direct. Destroy.
Hello, Mazi. I don't know the reason why the video is hooking over here.
But it's okay. It's okay, Mazi. We made a sense out of the whole thing. It's okay. But let me just say something. If you want me to say something here, come in here.
Of course, Mazi. Of course. I show you the video so that you can be able to see it. But I don't know the reason why it's hooking. The next video.
It's okay. It's okay. It makes we heard what he was saying, and the video was very clear, regardless that he's a kind of person. But then let me just say something here, because when we tell these people that we are smart and intelligent, we are not stupid. We are not like Nigerians, as they think everybody is dumb and uneducated there. It's not the way we look things and we keep memories. Mazi, let me just refer you back. I don't know if you have the video, but if you don't have it, that's fine. If you look at the last time these people destroyed Okro, and was it 4 months ago? They went to a community, the same somewhere. Is it in Enugu or Ezike or somewhere in December Abakaleke? And there's another video where they were wearing red, and they shot down a guy in a bicycle, a motorbike. They were all over the place on the street, you know. They were talking, and now exactly now if you look at that video, I know that Biafrans are very, you know, they keep record. They can post that video or pictures of those group of guys wearing red on, you know, as a super fly, whatever they want to camouflage themselves, and they shot that a guy on a motorbike, and then they said burn them, everywhere is on fire. Now go and look at that video, and at the same time, when we tell people that these are Nigerian contracted agents, these people, that's why I don't even like when our medias are saying that how can Igbo man killing Igbo person in Biafra land? Why are we doing this? Is it how you're gonna get Biafra? No, don't even use that word. You need to mention those who are the one doing this. It's not our people. The people who are doing this are contracted agents. Despite few of them might be speaking Igbo, these are not Igbo people. Understand this. These are contracted agents that are in our land. Either the governors knows them, which I believe they strongly know them, being used by them for whatever reason, just to blackmail IPOB or make their state look more troublesome, so that they will use it and go and get allocation from Nigerian government for insecurity, because these governors are as useless, as wicked as they can be. Now, let me just say this to you. You remember after that attack they launched in one of our markets in Ebonyi State last was it 3 months or 4 months ago? At the time Onyendu was about to go to court as well. Then the Ebonyi Police State Command paraded about 5 or 6 boys. They paraded them. They said they have caught those guys who perpetrated the act, to tell them that we are not stupid. Mazi, go and get that video, and now get this video. Now you will see that this guy who is making this video talking is the same guy who was making that video when they shot that guy, put everywhere on fire. You will know it's the same guy and the same voice, to tell you how we are not stupid. And that is why the Nigerian police, DSS, are concerned that they need to match IPOB media warriors, that well, these guys are doing more damage. We expose Nigeria. we are telling the world that Nigeria are the architect of insecurity in all our states. Igbo land wouldn't have been this way. They are the ones sponsoring it. They are the ones doing this. Imagine that, you know, a Boy state commander, police commander, came out, paraded about 7 or 8 boys that they have caught these people, used their camouflage, you know, where regalia they were wearing, flashes some IPOB, Biafran regalia, and they said they have caught these people. And now the same boy, the same method of video, the same voice, the same thing came out again, and they were burning Jackie, they were killing Jackie and burning Keke again in the same Ebonyi state. And now who is fooling the fool? And you're telling me that they, you know, they don't know what they're doing, and they always want to do this, like we rightly said. When Onyendu is about to come to court, the other time they did not know that Onyendu was about to come to court. They were taken by surprise. Nothing happened. We didn't hear anybody was molested. We didn't hear anybody enforcing sit at home. We didn't hear anybody, you know, killing or burning markets or burning businesses in Biafra land. To tell you, like I said, these are not our people. We need to. Exactly. We need exactly. There is the other video where they were wearing red on their back. You know, we need to call these people by their names and expose Nigerian state. Who exactly? These are the group. These are the group. The same people. These are the same group that are doing this in Ebonyi State today. The same people. There's no difference. We need to let our media warriors not to be saying that is this how we are going to get Biafra? Why Igbo people are doing this? These are not Igbo people. These are contracted mercenaries and agents that are doing this job. Like I said, it was just few days after that when IPOB come heavily, when IPOB medias come heavily expose Nigeria that these are Nigerian sponsors, then immediately the Ebonyi State Police Commander quickly run and paraded few individuals said that they have caught these people and they are the one that are doing they're going to be faced the wrath of law. Not up to 4 months that has happened. The same guy is on the street, exactly the same signature, the same move, the same voice, the same thing, completely. And you're telling me that this is our people? This is Igbo people? Yes.
Mazi, I will, as you said, I have already have the video of that Okra people. I will go now and also find that video you are talking about, because we must connect the dot and we are going to push this video out there, so that people will understand what you are saying. I wish you told me this thing from, I mean, of course, we have some technical issue. That's why we could not be able to discuss so long. I could have go and find all this video so that we begin to connect the dot. But as we are going to finish this video, of course, I'm going to search everything I tweeted about all these people. I tweeted about them to the extent that even Vanguard show the picture of those regalian with the red. I'm waiting for it. Continue. I'm going to connect everything. Continue, Master.
Exactly. That is why we are here today to expose this. Since Onyendu is going to court tomorrow, they are bringing him to court tomorrow to let the world know, to let the public know, those who are here to listen, to see that this insecurity thing, this thing that you're saying that is happening in our land, in the eastern region of Biafra land, are not Biafran people, are not IPOB. It has nothing to do with our people. These are contracted agents, Nigerian contracted agents linked to the Ekperima in Finland, the guy in Finland. These are the one. That is exactly, if you can play the voice of these people, you will know that it's the same guy. I am telling you, if you get the voice, the video and play that voice, you will know that it's exactly the same guy that you played here, that they did this carnage that they did in our state in Ebonyi yesterday. You see, we are here to expose Nigeria at their
Mazi, again, as our audience are watching us live and direct on Biafran television, of course, you people have my number as we are talking, because I don't have the video. I just tweeted with the picture. Of course, I don't have the video right now. If anybody have the video, you can also send it to my phone, because we can also connect the dot at the same time as we are talking now, so that you people can understand what we are talking about. Master, continue, please. Continue.
So they are doing this. That's exactly the one. The people should get the video. People should get the video. Then we'll match it here, and we don't lie. It's not IPOB that Nigerian states can lie and get scot-free. Like I said to them, Biafra of 1967, 1970 is not the Biafra, the people you are seeing. It's not that Biafra you think you can get away with the crimes and you post something on social media. We said IPOB, we keep record. We keep record. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu must be discharged and acquitted. He has committed no crime. The Nigerian government and Nigerian, governors are the ones sponsoring this insecurity. They are the one trying to make Biafra look bad, make IPOB look bad. This is how they contracted this criminal to be using fundraising, doing it. So anytime IPOB leadership or IPOB will call for fundraising, our people will detest it. That is why they attach themselves to the fundraising. They make it that the people get frustrated. Now they move to our finance, they attack it. Now they want to sit at home that we are normally using to honor our fallen heroes, call it when it's necessary. They attach their crimes on it, so that anytime when you call sit at home or when you hear sit at home, you will be saying, isn't it this one that when we do it now, you'll be killing people and all this. They want to make sure they demonize everything. They do it, they attach Mazi Nnamdi Kanu on it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have distanced himself, and thank God, thank Chukwu Abịama. We thank Chukwu Abịama for making it possible for this criminal in Finland to come on social media, openly said that whatever that is happening in the East, whatever crime that he's committing there, he is the one doing it. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not send him. He also said that Nigerian media should carry also the news. They should take Mazi Nnamdi Kanu away from all his crimes and all his evil activities. Whatever that push him to come out, because this is what we have been saying, trying to exonerate IPOB and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu from the crime and the terrorism of this guy for the last a year and a half. We've been trying to convince people that this guy is not working for IPOB, this guy is not working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I don't know why he attached his word to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The other day he came out now because he realized that he has messed up. He can't go back because people have catch up that video. He now comes say that he himself only is the one that have meeting with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and nobody was there. He was saying now it's the only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and I that has the meeting. Where did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has meeting with you? Did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came to Finland? If Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has meeting with you, you would have taken the picture, you would have exposed the picture. Exactly. You would have exposed everything that you know that you had with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to prove to the world that you are in contact with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. BBC or the media came to interview this guy. They asked him, who are you working for? He said that he's working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He said, how do we now believe you that you're working for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? He said that there is a means of their communication. They said which means of he said that he cannot disclose it. Now he came 3 months. He came 3 months later only to say that he has nothing to do with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't send him any message. Now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu doesn't ask him to do anything. Whatever he's doing it. Now the question is, why Nigerian government, why the Nigerian media are not going after this guy after he has made this open before the world? What else can be justification to know that IPOB are not indulging in this evil criminal activities, that this guy kidnapping our people, burning down shops, burning businesses, killing militaries and all these things? Why Nigerian people are not, Nigerian state or Nigerian military or Nigerian government are not going to engage with the video of what this guy said on the social media? Say, look at this guy is a terrorist, is killing our people, or is causing carnage, or is, but because they are the one that paid him. But sometimes out of overzealousness, the idiot don't even know when he exposed himself. At least the court, the competent court of Nigeria, once again should look at what this guy said, that whatever that is happening in the sea, in the East, whatever this water all his guys are doing, whatever look at, you are attacking a community, you are calling them useless, you are burning their shops, you are calling them useless. Then who are you fighting for? You can't be insulting people you are fighting.
And Mazi, please, I would like you to also touch, because you are one of our leaders. That is why I want people to pay very big attentively, because this is not about the Biafran child. This is about the leadership, things that you want to know. Mazi, I want you to also touch about this. Sit at home. Who are those that initiated this sit at home? And when was you people cut off this sit at home? Because we want to hear from you people. Not that only the media warriors are saying this. Some people are saying, to the extent that the army, the military in that contraption now, want to take the glory. They want to take glory. They say that they are the people that stopped sit at home. Why the leadership have been saying this thing from the day one, even though when they have some communication with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they cut it off. But today, the army are claiming the glory. So, Mazi, I want you to also touch about this sit at home of a thing that the Berima himself today, claiming that he is the one that initiated this sit at home. Mazi, tell us, how did you people started this, and how did you people ended this sit at home, and when was that? Mazi, thank you very much.
Mazi, I may not go fully in details how we initiated sit at home. Of course, you know, this is the reason why we are letting the world know that, you know, Biafra can never be like useless Nigerian state. It can never be. Biafra will be run by intelligent people, people who understand, you know, human affairs, people who understand the well-being of her citizens. It won't be like this rogue element who are ill-educated, who doesn't know anything, who doesn't go on social media, who doesn't understand the way the world moves. They think everything is, you know, they can manipulate and lie to the social media and lie, and everybody is an idiot like them. Now, if you look at Nigerian government, you know, whatever you call it, the military coming to end system at home, that tells you they are far from, you know, the reality of life, what is happening, you know, around the world. That IPOB constantly issued press release after press release, you know, saying that we have suspended. We did not say that we cancelled CISAT, we have suspended it. We employed CISAT at
Are
home.
you people listening? We suspended it. That is why sometimes when we are saying that if you are sitting home voluntarily, that is for you in solidarity with your leader. They did not cancel it, they suspended it. Must continue.
Exactly. So we called upon sit at home for a particular reason, to achieve a particular purpose, because this is a freedom fighting movement. You understand? So it has the organization operates on day-to-day activities, how things unfolding, then we change our strategy, we move, we flow around. You can't be saying sitting in a particular place as a freedom fighter, you're shooting, and then you don't, when your enemy change location, you keep shooting. When your enemy have abandoned that particular, you keep shooting in the same direction. That is you being a madman. You don't know what you're doing. It's a freedom fighting. You can choose different kinds of location to confront your enemy. You can re-strategize to lay a trap. You can re-strategize to come through air, through corner, through anywhere. You can also allow your enemy to exhaust his strategy, and then you strike. This is how IPOB leadership work. We employed sit at home for a particular reason, 2001, just to achieve a purpose, which everyone knows their purpose, because Onyendu, we got the information, and as everybody knows how it happened, you know, that Onyendu was rendition, and we did not know whether he was alive or dead. We just we only saw the video that appeared in the court blindfolded. So after that, with no sign of him anywhere, as people that are concerned, you know, we just wanted to, you know, use that strategy to just make sure that Onyendu we are sure that at least he's alive. So we employed it, and then Onyendu was, you know, brought to court as we demanded. And immediately after that, the sit at home was suspended to be used when, or to be called upon when it's necessary, not something that is constant. And if our people want to sit at home in solidarity as their way of supporting Mazi Nnamdi Kanu or IPOB in solidarity, Biafra, then they are free to do that. It's not by force. It's not by going and shooting people in their market. It's not by going and destroying Igbo already devastated, devastated people. Economic wise, that have been destroyed. Nigeria, there's no kind of, you know, Nigerian government present in our own area apart from, you know, military that are molesting and killing our people. So we decided to call the sit at home off because we have achieved a particular purpose in which we call on that sit at home. We suspended it. And many people adhered to it. Some of our people said, we don't have money. We cannot go to war. We don't know what to give in support, in appreciation of the sacrifice Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is doing. What we have to do is just to sit at home in respect, in one accord with this man, without anybody forcing them. And that is exactly what our people are doing. Before this criminal in Finland came out, they paid him heavily. He came out, now begin to attack people, attack their business while they are home. And some days he will go and attack them at home, so they should come out. Some days he will go, and when they come out, he will attack them again to go back and sit at home. You can see how evil they are. They don't even know. They sit at home, they go at home and attack them and burn their houses. When they come out, they go out and shoot them and kill them, go back and sit out. You see how useless and how yes.
Let me shift something in, because as you are talking, there is something coming up in my mind. Mazi, do you think the way these criminals are maltreating our people in Biafra land, do you think that these people will have this appetite to join Biafra? I mean, what do you think that the aim of these people? Are they not playing game that they want Biafran people to reject Ipob and Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Because that is what I seems to see. When they are not coming out, they will go to their house and draw them out. As they are coming out, they will still come and tell them to go back in. Mazi, before you answer this question that I asked you, like, what do you think that these people are doing? Because in my own way or my own understanding, I think that these people want Biafran people to hate this Biafran restoration movement. They want us to stop talking about Biafra. In the next 10 years, if they continues like this, anybody that you tell about Biafra, believe you me, that person will use 2 by 2 and break your head, because they will tell you, if Biafra is this way, we don't want it. How are you going to be forcing people to sit at home by fire, by force? If they don't sit, you begin to beat them. We waited Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and for God so good, he wrote a letter through the DSS dungeon. And now they see that their game is over. Now they are now doing it on their own. But Mazi, before we continue, please let us see this video. This is something that happened in Biafra land. Recently, that was 2 days ago.
Simon and his boys, look at what they are doing to the property. Look at what they are doing. You can see it. I'm reporting direct from Ohauku. I am reporting direct from Ohauku. The body had a second man in Istanbul Johnson. The body had a man. The body had a man. The had a man. The medical property in the mother. How about I go to Ninoku? They are. They are needed. You can see it. You can see it. I don't see it. You can see it. Here are the medical junction now. And here I did for just to go to Gabiam and save me. Here my front of my distinct house was break through my machine. Buy up everything. They go the cash if I'm going to mad up now. Upon the fear life. Here I did Simon and Panano Tiana room. Simon and his boys, look at what they are doing to the property. Look at what they are doing. You can see it. I'm reporting direct from Ohauku. I am reporting direct from Ohauku. The body had a second man in Istanbul Johnson. The body had a man. The body had a man. The had a man. The medical property in the mother. How about I go to Ninoku? They are needed. You can see it. You can see it. I don't see it.
Okay, Mazi, because the question that I asked you with all these things that we are seeing today, do you think if these hoodlums, no, I call them criminals, and they are also terrorists, as I'm telling you, these people are terrorists because they are terrorizing our communities in Biafra land. Now, my question to you is, how do you think that we are going to stop these people? Because if we don't, in years to come, Mazi, anybody that you test about Biafra, we deal with you. I'm not lying about this. So, Mazi, what do you think that we can use, the tools that we can use to get our people convinced, for them to understand that these people meant no good for these people or our own people? Mazi, the floor is yours. Thank you.
Mazi, let me make it very, very clear. Let me just make it very, very clear. Nobody is going to demonize Biafra. Even in 10 years, in 15 years to come, nobody is going to demonize Biafra. Biafra is an ideology, and Biafra have come to stay, irrespective of what the enemies are doing. You know, what we are trying to let our people know here is that it's time. It's time. You're not going to leave this for only IPOB. Everybody should be at alert now. Everybody should be a vigilante in their community. All eyes must be on the lookout to know the areas these criminals are coming from. Our people are motorbikers there are cyclists there are, you know, keke drivers there who can also watch these guys, know the area where they are coming from, and monitor them and give information to the IPOB leadership. We need to let our people know. Running away from this kind of criminals, this is what they want to do. The enemy are trying to make sure that they intimidate you even in your own land. And now, if you want to believe that they attack you because of Biafra, that you should abandon Biafra, as the case may be, as you have just alluded, that in 10 or 15 years, Biafra people will be running away from Biafra when it's mentioned. And I said, you know, hell no to that, because it's not going to be true. Because if you decided now to back out from Biafra, let's assume, because we give you with fact, if we decided to back out from Biafra now, so okay, let's you know, merge again with Nigeria, what happens to P2B? Can anybody explain that to me in a layman's understanding? What happens to P2B? Did P2B not win election in Nigeria? Is P2B not competent enough to be a president of Nigeria? Is P2B not learned? Did the P2B forge a WAEC result? Did P2B forge a university result? Did P2B not, you know, old enough to govern Nigeria? Was P2B not actually exactly good enough to run the country? What is wrong with P2B? Did P2B not have British citizen? Did P2B not go to Archbishop of Canterbury? Did the Jagaban go to Archbishop of Canterbury? Did P2B not go to number 10 Downing Street, as the case may be? Why did P2B not allowed to be the president of Nigeria when he has won the election outside Biafra? Why wouldn't they use that to say, okay, Biafran people, you see what we are saying. We see what we are saying. You know, you can be a better person in Nigeria. But we see Nigerian military just a couple of months or years ago, just less than 2 years ago, they came out and said that if Boko Haram can lay down their arms, they have opportunity to become Nigerian president in this country. And now is P2B a Boko Haram? Did the P2B armed himself? Did the P2B not legitimate contested presidency in a legitimate form as a vice president and also contest on himself? Did the P2B not win an election? So if you about the hatred of you as an Igbo man, it doesn't come from Biafra. It's not about Biafra. It's you as individual, and nobody can stop this intimidation. Nobody can fight this fight for us, if not ourselves. So now allowing some element of criminals running around, going to the market where you have almost 5,000 to 10,000 people in a market, they will shoot and go free. You don't know which way they run to. Nobody monitors them. That means, you know, we are going to be still, you know, worse, even if we will allow ourselves to remain in Nigeria, because they are killing you already when you are not even agitating for anything. They didn't allow you to be the president. They didn't allow you in anything. Ministerial position in Nigeria, they are not giving you. Development in the East, they are not giving you. They are not allowing you to have electricity. They don't give you good road. They don't give you education. They don't give you, you know, pipe bomb waters. They don't give you healthcare system. They don't provide you security. as a Nigerian. And now that we are agitating to be ourselves, to run our own state, to look after ourselves, to run our own affairs, and you're telling me that because somebody is intimidating you in the name of Biafra, you are not going to, support the Biafra. Why you seen the people who have engaged the world? We have engaged, you and I, Mazi, here, we have engaged the government here. We write letters here, the government listen.
I am also coming to that angle because Mazi, before you continue, please, there's somebody that just write something here on comment section.
Yes.
I'm also giving that person a privilege. I'm giving the person a privilege to come and ask one of our leader a question. Now, and the question that I want you to get us convinced is that sitting at home or causing problem in Biafra land, how would this thing give us Biafra? And how would this thing release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? For over 2 years, this idiot in Finland with his gang have been kidnapping, stolen bikes, motorcycle, destroying it. Let me just show you people what they just sent to me this morning. This is the handwork of Ebirima. How they are stealing people's bike and destroying it. I mean, they will cut it into pieces and now they will sell it as a spare parts. And some people are here gossiping, saying that what the leadership have done since the kidnap of our leader. Then my question to that idiot now is, can he, I will give him a privilege to come here and tell us, since this Ebirima have been doing this, how can this sitting at home can release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How would this thing give us Biafra? Mazi, continue, please. And my question to you also now, Mazi, burning of cows and Mazi, people. How can he release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Mazi, even asking how can he to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is like we are bringing ourselves low to this uneducated morons running around like a headless chicken. Now, these people, what they are doing, like I said, is a government-sponsored agent. We have given evidence here with the last time they go out in the public, and the police commander, after they have acted their movie, the police commander said they have arrested the groups, the individuals who did that. Only for us, 4 months later, Onyendu about to come to court, the same guy, the same method, the same video, the same type of movement, he made a video again with the same thing. And then who did the government arrested? Who were they playing? So one thing we need to let our people know is that IPOB leadership, people are asking what is IPOB leadership doing in the release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We have made it very clear what we are doing here is a normal thing that we are doing, creating awareness, also letting the world know about Biafra, forcing it into them when they don't even want to accept or cover our protests here when we go out in the street and protest. Now, Mazi, you and I is here. Yes, just last week, let me just say this here now. Just last week in this country, here in Europe, we are talking here in Europe, the government here passed it as a law. If you take a picture of a person you have a relationship with, without his consent, or somebody that you don't even have a relationship, he took the nakedness of the picture or the privacy of that private picture of that person and share it on a social media without his consent or her consent, you will go 10 years imprisonment. They pass it on a serious law here because
somebody go and open the nakedness of a Igbo woman, and some people are celebrating him. Mazi, I don't even understand. Mazi, well, believe you me, this is not a real people. That is
I'm coming to who they claim that is doing what he's doing for the freedom of Biafra, liberation of Biafra. Now, Mazi, in such a situation, IPOB is registered here. We just filed our tax return here just a couple of days ago to tell you that we're officials here. IPOB here has a government stamp, seal stamp they give to IPOB here as a recognized indigenous people of Biafra. Seal stamp No organization here, whether have ever gotten such thing. Once that seal stamp comes in with our letter anywhere, the government immediately, automatically, they give it attention. It's a huge achievement. It's not easy to get. Nigerian states don't even have it here. Government gave it to IPOB. So when our letter is coming to them, it must carry that seal stamp. When somebody tried to forge a letter of IPOB here, immediately it gets to them. Do you know what they said? When they look at the letter, they said, this letter is not coming with the people we have alliance with. This is word to word, quote unquote, what these people said. And now, imagine a country who passed this law, and now you have somebody call himself a representative of autopilot, according to they call themselves. And now he will come to lobby this country or say that you're going to register your organization with this country when you have a record of showing a naked picture of a woman completely open. There's no cover. Some of you that saw that, there's no cover. Breast is out. The private part is in the open. The name, everything was laid bare on a social media. And you're telling me that government will take this type of person serious when IPOB leadership is engaging seriously with the government here, with the seal stamp they gave to us when our letter is coming from the executive or from the leadership of IPOB. It must carry that seal stamp to show that it is authentic from the leadership of IPOB. No organization, go and investigate this, and I'm telling you, no organization have gotten such an attention or such recognition in their state, if not IPOB in Europe here. And that's why he cannot engage anybody. And that is why Nigeria now is setting out millions to pay foreign media to counter IPOB, to label IPOB a terrorist organization, which is not, they are not saying to label Ekperima and his group. Ekperima formed what is called government. The Zoo government never even show any concern that somebody formed government in exile. They said he called de facto government in the Zoo. The Zoo government didn't care. But IPOB.
Mazi, that is why sometimes I'm wondering, somebody formed a government, even though the Nigerian so-called state never talk about him for once. Mazi, as you are continuing also, I want you to also touch Catalonia, why you visit Catalonia people, and what do you things that we're supposed to know. I want you to also let our people know, because you are one of our leaders, because a lot of people have been expecting such a man to come out and tell us things that we don't know. Anyone that is controversial, you know what to do about it. So, but anyone that you can let us understand, we are here to listen. Mazi, the floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Mazi, of course, I will just kind of pick on a random or on my trip there. The Catalonia is a government, a country, will I say, a nation of its own now, but somehow under Spain. They have their regional government. They have their regional government. For your information, they have their regional government. They have their regional parliament. Regional, I mean the state parliament. They have their police, their own police, not the Spanish police, their own police. They have their own paramilitary. So they have nearly got to where they are, expected to be completely independent. It's just for them now to sign that today you are now completely, you're on your own. But in other things, they are independent. They have their hospitals, they have their road network, they build things on their own. Everything is standard to themselves. Now, as I said, these people, made contact with the leadership of IPOB. Not the so-called the criminal that is exposing women's nakedness and calling himself government in exile. They saw them, they contacted the leadership of IPOB, and they said either the head of directorate will come in person with his executive, or he will send delegates, which is exactly due to our head of directorate and our European rep. We are engaged in other things, because we have said it before, and I have to repeat this here. Anybody expecting the leadership of IPOB to be coming out in the open to expose or to say to please you, to get you to sing praises or to like us on their engagement, diplomatic engagement against the world, you are going to get tired. I don't know if some of you see the what do you call it? The media's public secretary publication just yesterday. You know, when British are now trying to blackmail to put us on a loggerhead with Russia and Israel. Somebody should go and read that if you haven't read it and see what happens there. To tell you that we are intelligent. We are not like Nigerians that doesn't know the law, they don't respect even their own law. Now, so these people engage our leadership here, and in that process, they said, we want you to send delegates or you come by yourself, the leadership of IPOB. And the leadership of IPOB have to rally around because there are other engagement within that period. They have to send few of us to go and represent. And when we get there, they give us a badge as an international guest. If I know that you're going to ask me this question, I have the badge here, I would have come here now and show it. An international guest is what they called IPOB leadership. And once, you know, I don't want to go into the diplomatic engagement, but when we come out in the area where they are also recognizing the nations that come along, they mention IPOB Biafra as forever. Their engagement, they said, look, let me say it the way they say. They said, our friends are here. They are indigenous people of Biafra. You had it on the video. And they said it not even once, they said it twice, they said it more than 2 occasions that Biafrans are here and they are their friends forever. It takes a lot to achieve that. And for you to find yourself in an event as big as that, Mazi, you know what is going to cost you. For you to find yourself in an event like that, talk less of giving recognition. Even when we came there, you can look, if you look at the video, you can also see when they are investigating the people who the IPOB leadership sent, if are the real people they are looking at there. I videoed it, I covered it. So this is a lot of, we are engaging Nigeria on international stage, not on this nonsense brouhaha they are doing. We are exposing them in their own court of law. That is what we are doing. But people now going to our communities, attacking our people, the vulnerable people that do not have electricity, the vulnerable people that do not have road, the vulnerable people that when we're enforced, it will destroy their goods and services, the vulnerable people that do not have hospital, the vulnerable people do not have water, the vulnerable people that does not have security. Now you are taking your so-called, you know, water to a village woman that doesn't even know who Mazi Kanu is, that have not even set his eyes on Mazi Kanu, that doesn't, he just with children, babies. You went and put children who are in the school, puppies who are in the school, you lay them down, you take the teachers, you lay them down, you're flogging them, asking them, why did you come out to school today? You're supposed to sit at home. And somebody in your right mind is supporting these people, and you're telling me that these are Igbo people who are fighting for the same kids. You and I, what the reason why we're doing what we're doing here now is for our own children, isn't it? That is what we are looking at, because we don't want our children to go through what we are going through here, to use our youth age that we are supposed to use in our land and develop our land. We are staying here now growing old. And when we maybe think of returning home finally now when we are too old, we are useless to our people then. But we have used our own youthful age, working so hard in these countries and paying our tax, supporting their system, build their country for them, and then we decide to return home when we are old, when we are useless to our own society. Or even when Igbo Union or some of them will take your body home and as a burial ground, now that's all to go and dump us there. And this is what we are up against. This is what we are trying to correct now, to make sure that our children will use their youthful age and also build and develop our land, use innovation and develop and also build security for our people. This is what we're doing, not going in the market, attacking. Look at these people now. Those vehicles that you see this guy was burning, is that a Mazi Kanu vehicle? Is it Nigerian police? Is it Nigerian vehicle? These are our vulnerable people. You don't even know, maybe this guy who owns that bus sold land. He borrowed money from the bank and bought, you went and burned it down because you are agitated. How does that affect what we are doing? How does that affect the Nigerian state? How does that affect the governors. That is, if not, they are the ones sponsoring this. Because our people in their right mind, I know that our people have their characters. I know our people sometimes can act very funny, but our people cannot do this. They can't do this. A real Biafran and IPOB can never see himself burning an Igbo person's business just because you want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu free. It doesn't happen that way. If not government-sponsored agents and criminals, it's just take it from me. And this is why we are encouraging our people, Maz, because our time is nearly up. This is why we need to encourage our people to be on a lookout, to watch out where these people are coming from. Monitor them. Yes, you may be running away, but once as you're also running, you keep an eye, which direction they are coming from, and also see if you can recognize them. Despite that you're also hiding for safety, but also keep an eye. I am Akeshi didn't do it. So ga-esochi ha azụ ewere nwayọ na-esochi ha azụ dịka ọ wee ma ha ihe na-eme ọ dịkwa ka iso ha na-agbakwa ọsọ esochi ha azụ nwee ike mara ebe ha na-aga mara direction ha na-abịa. Once you pinpoint it, everybody should be a security now, because we are in a war already that is not announced. Our land is under siege. We're already in a war that is unannounced. Nigeria is waging war against our people to intimidate you to a submission. And this is how the British have run countries that they colonized all these years. They use intimidation. They use brutal force. They will shoot somebody in front of the father and mother. They will shoot father in front of the children, so that when you look at this, you will not even think of demanding for what is rightfully yours. But they will not do that in UK. In America, if they attack a black man, they want to use it to intimidate other black people, so that when you see that, you would not even consider to near them in anything they are doing. So, but we are going to encourage our people to be on the lookout. This is what they were doing about criminality in Olo and all this time, and they were pinning it on IPOB. Then we tell our people, so if you see them, catch them. Ask them who sent them. This is how we managed to curtail almost 80% of criminal activities in the East at the time, because they were pinning it on IPOB and said, okay, IPOB leadership came out on the radio and announced, so okay, since these people you're claiming that they're IPOB or they are Biafran people, now we ask the vigilante, we ask the police people sometimes to catch them and ask them who sent them and who are they working for. That is how we managed to subside the insecurity during the Nigerian presidential election. That's how we managed to control that nonsense, because they start catching some of them, and now they begin to realize it wasn't even they are not even IPOB, they are not even into agitation. These are criminal elements that found opportunity. Ekperima was sponsoring, using money to play ransom. Let me just say this before I go to the next one that you're going to bring. Now, this guy they called Oji, the reason why Ekperima sabotaged him, the information I have here is that there was a kidnapping ransom of 50 million between him and Ekperima. They kidnapped somebody of a business of 50 million, and because of that, they fell out. I have the information here. I'm not lying to you. I have it was forwarded to me. They fall out, and then Ekperima went and sabotaged this, orgy of the one he claimed that now today we are on alliance with the Liberation Biafran Liberation Army, BNG or BN, whatever the way he pronounced it, But once they fall out with the kidnapping business that paid them 50 million, he went and sabotaged the guy. People forgot that there was a time IPOB gave this guy money when we thought that he is, genuine in what we're doing years ago before the kidnapping of Mazi Nnamdi. That guy swallowed the money. He's a criminal. He's an infiltrator that they sent to, to attack IPOB. Was it a few months ago? He said that years ago that IPOB, you cannot be agitating and disturbing people's business in Biafra land and claiming you're fighting for Biafra. Today, what is he doing? He's agitating them. But if I'm meant to believe that he's agitating for Biafra, and now he's disturbing people's business, and it's not a miscreant.
Mazi, we are here to ask some, a very, very constructive, argument at the same time question. I want to ask you this because there's something that you just said now. You said that even though when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was out here with us, we gave this Ekperima some money. My question now is, does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't know who Simon Ekpa is? Remember, the same Ekperima threatened Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and apologize to Ike Ekweremadu before you people gave money to this man. I want to ask you, because sometimes some people don't want to ask this question, but I'm here to ask this question to you people as the leader. Does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't know this guy before he began to deal with him? How they manipulated the minds of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu upon what this guy have said with his mouth. Remember, Mazi, do you know when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said that we are going to set up a Biafran bank with some Umuakata in America called Ekutos? I said it on my program. Simon Ekperima is the first person that shared that video on his platform that they have already set up a bank before Mazi Nnamdi Kanu came out again and announced that there is nothing like that. He just discussed this with them. They went at his back and opened it. So does it mean that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu don't heard about all these things before he come closer to this idiot that are putting us in a mess? I have to ask this question, and I will keep on asking this question. Even though if only do come out, I will still ask him this question because I want to know.
Let me just explain that in a very simple term. Okay, the whole thing is that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was played. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was played somehow when he was aside through these people in America, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, look at how they played him somehow, or how they got his attention. They first of all start attacking Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. He's doing this alone. He wasn't consulting any people. He was not engaging any. It's not all inclusive. He's doing it on his own. They came with this type of mantra that Onyendu is only doing it on his own. So Onyendu now opens the door that whoever that has a good heart, who found reason in what we are doing, should come in along and be part of it. This is how Mazi Nnamdi Kanu opens the door for these criminals in Finland, in America, to come in, and he thought that he's working with his own people in America, because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have constantly said, America need to come on board in whatever we are doing. And he thought that he's dealing with, people who are learned, they came up with this portfolio. I'm a doctor, I'm this, mandike doctor, Bekus, mandike doctor, dry Bekus everywhere, share from here and there, to the extent they go too far by exposing their Bekus. Now, even though that we are condemning Ekperima, but somebody who is a doctor and you want to do freedom fighting, you are appointed auditor general in IPOB. That is all the position, the title they all took in IPOB, to infiltrate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Now tell me, how does your Kpekus going to be a way of getting freedom and fighting for Biafra? And this is how Ekperima force them to naked themselves, take picture of themselves, because Ekperima knows that he's going to use it to useless them in the first place, because he knows that these people are instruments that he wants to use to attack IPOB, or to make the movement look like a laughing business, So, but in some cases, we don't really blame Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Sometimes we also feel like he should have known better, but he's a human being, he's a human being. He allowed our people to come in, not knowing that these people are criminally minded, some of them, to support his agitation for the freedom of his own people. But eventually, along the way, they messed up. These are the same people who also convinced Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to go and, get, have an interview with the Ekperima. And if you and I at that time, I was looking, how did Mazi Nnamdi Kanu come to terms to go on Ekperima's platform to be interviewed? Who is Ekperima? Who is this guy? So we also had concern that time, but due to the people who are, from America, Onyendu holds at the highest team in his heart, who Onyendu trusted them.
Mazi, I want you to also remember that interview on that Ekperima platform, do you know that interview was not streamed?
Mazi, I am coming there now, because the reason why they force Onyendu they convince and get Onyendu play with his mind to go there and had that interview, is to get awareness of Ekperima, to legitimize Ekperima. Remember, at the same time, these people were planning even to take over Radio Biafra at the time using different apps. And these people also get Onyendu to talk about that they will create a new platform that will rival Facebook, you know, and Onyendu announced it on air. There is a new platform that is coming up and is going to be very, very strong. That was the time they were preparing the takeover of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, which Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did not know that this is a plot from the enemy. So, but all they want to do is to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to recognize these people, legitimize them, thinking that they are working with him. Imagine that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have announced that app that Ekperima was frustrated and forced to come out in the open and begin to show it. That would have been the end of a suicide, or not even would have been, that would have been a suicide mission on Ipob, Radio Biafra, and everything that our app. That could have destroyed us completely, because they were lying low to get Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to launch that particular app, to get our people to flood that place and abandon Radio Biafra. By then, they will be in total control. Remember that Onyendu and Ipob has no control of that app. Had it been that Onyendu broadcast through that app and announced it, that would have been the end, the painful death of Radio Biafra. But Onyendu, in his wisdom somehow, because he's somebody that sometimes he don't push him, Onyendu took his time not to launch that app. And the Ekperima at the time was waiting calmly, waiting. That did not happen. Ekperima begin to show it on social media. This will be our new app. There is some finishing touches. This area needs to be finished. This one is going to be strong. Then he was also playing that on Onyendu to Onyendu to be forced to announce it. If he was playing that. So Onyendu announce here. I will also. It's a kind of psychological attack on Onyendu. If you're delaying to announce it, I'm going to announce it. So you need to come up and announce it. He was playing this hide and seek mind game. But Onyendu somehow was reluctant to announce it, because they know that the kidnapping of Onyendu they have concluded it. They have located Onyendu where he is. They have masterminded how they will get him, everything. But Onyendu they need to force Onyendu to launch this app before they kidnap. So once Onyendu, had it been Onyendu mistakenly launched that app and they kidnap Onyendu, that would have been a speed takeover of Ipob, and that would have been the game. Because what people will be saying that this is where Onyendu spoke last. This is where Onyendu was the one that launched it. Radio Biafra is the gossiper, and then this guy will run amok. Everything would have been nonsense today. But as Chukwu Kadama is sanctioned this Biafran project, you see, from every angle they have come to attack Ipob. They have failed. That is how Onyendu got to Onyendu did not know Ekperima, but for some reason people Ekperima tried to attach himself, position himself with Uchemefo at a time, but he wasn't getting that attention, and we saw it coming. But he wasn't getting that enough attention. So this Homo American, they also tried to create some kind of rift between Onyendu and the also deputy, so that so deputy will be removed by Onyendu. They want Onyendu to announce the removal of Uchemefo himself, and then they will force Ekperima to be the deputy. It's a very calculated game, but Onyendu, in his also wisdom and patience, he ignored them until out of frustration, Uchemefo exposed himself and walk away. And now that position, Onyendu decided to leave it. In fact, not to carry back, he closed it, because what they expected for Ekperima to move in as his deputy. Once Onyendu is kidnapped, Ekperima will now become automatically the leader of Ipob, and then that will be the end. Mazi, it's a long story. We don't want to go there now. Let's go to this one you're bringing here. Unless you want me to answer another thing, because we have exceeded our time as I'm planning to go somewhere.
Yes, Mazi, I don't want to waste your time. Of course, our time is about to get to the limit. And Mazi, I would like you to talk about this. Before I will allow you to say this, I also want to greet our brother. He's here, Kelorweke. Mazi Okechukwu, I salute you. And I want our audience to understand that the man that you are seeing live and direct on Biafran Television Channel 1, we are on frequency. We don't care about what Facebook is doing. That is why we always trying to get to frequency so that our people will watch us live. As we are televising this, when you tune Biafran Television Channel 1, of course, you are going to see us live. And I keep on saying this to all these and as I'm saying this, there is something that our deputy to European rep said. I keep on asking, all these things that they are doing in our land, killing and maiming and destruction of souls and properties of our people, how can this thing give us Biafra? And I keep on asking this, why is that? Is our old mothers that they are living in a very, very swamp areas and a very, a place that is not yet developed. Of course, Nigeria is not a developed place. They are all tattered and chattered. But I'm just saying this, our mothers and our brothers are living in rural area are those people that these people are threatening. Why is it they saw all the governors, those people that are putting us in a mess? They couldn't even confront them. They are seeing where Mazi Kanu is in Abuja. They never take the fight to Abuja. They never take the fight to the governors. They never take the fight to the representative. Those people that are stealing our own budget. They never take the fight to them. But they are now taking to the fight to those that knows nothing. Mazi, I want us to talk about this fundamental of civic education. It's a fraudulent. This book is a fraudulent. Of course, we're trying to put our Hanez and that I don't even understand what they are doing. Very, very soon, this thing will become a tradition in our land because there's adage in our place said that now they have started saying that we are invaders, but we know that we never conquered anybody. That is why they are also using it against our people today by dividing us and ruling us by the coastal region and hinterland of Biafra. Because if the Igbo hinterland, trying to run over the coastal region, I know by today all of us will be speaking Igbo. But because of the way the Igbo people are, we are civilized people. Onye na Shia, onye na Nkeya, do as you will, do as you feel. That is why you see today in Yoruba land, all of them are speaking Yoruba because they try to conquer the other rest of them so that they can be able to speak Yoruba. The same thing happened in northern part of Nigeria. But today, some idiots are now trying to manipulate the minds of our people. I'm now telling them that we are invading their land in so year. Mazi, what do you have to say? And I want you to call the Ohaneze Ndibo. I want you to call the governors. Should in case, if they don't know, Soludo call himself a professor. I don't know if he never saw this book or not. And as I speak today, I have heard it that this book is already in every school. Mazi, I want you to say something about this book, and that will be our end of this program because you are a busy man. You also have to do something. There, Mazi.
Yes, Mazi. Yeah, just to come up from the tail of what you said before this one about Ekpelima and Dotie. So, what if you look at that attempt of them trying to install Ekpelima before the kidnap of Onyendu because they wanted to use, Ekpelima to take over Onyendu before he's kidnapped. They want Onyendu to legitimize it. They want that to come. And that is the frustration you're seeing today. The Nigerian government are working so hard, trying to eulogize him, even when he's attacking, let him speak like he's on top of Biafra or he's the one agitating. I heard him the other day bragging that I have taken over the whole place. Anybody telling you what and I was laughing at him. Who are you engaging? You cannot even engage in Finland that you are engage the government there. We came there to prove to you we are the real people. We went to your, the mayor there. We engaged the government, Finnish government. They see us. They collect letter from us. We went to the office there. They didn't come to us and collect letter. We went to them and give them letter so that the world will see that we actually engaging the the people that matters, not somebody staying on in their kitchen and saying what and coffee shack. Now, regarding about this civic education that you're seeing about Igbo invaders, Mazi, like I said, in any way they choose to engage in the Igbo or Biafrans, they're gonna lose. They're gonna lose. Let them continue to circulate that book, because it's only gonna create more hatred of our people in outside Igbo land. You understand? Because he cannot tell us in Igbo land where you and I come from that we invade our own land. Does that make sense? It doesn't make sense. The reason why they are saying this is our people that we are calling who are establishing their business in Abuja. You're establishing you made your money, you established a business in Lagos, and you left your place to be a desolated area. You understand? So these are the things we are warning our people that these things are going to come. These people are instigating hate against Ndibo. But it's up to Ndieba to what here P2B. I keep using P2B as a reference to draw the analogy and the attention of our people in case if they think that we are the problem or IPOB is the problem. In your one useless Nigeria, what happens to you with the P2B? This is somebody, making a book calling Igbos invaders. There's only one reason they made this book and put it in circulation, is to let our people know, create more hatred of our people in the north. Whoever that is living in the north now, this book will go to their school curriculum and people will be reading it there. Any Igbo child there, they will attack them in future that you are an invader. Our people, our book is said that you are invader to our community. And now an Igbo man will become vulnerable anywhere they found themselves in Nigeria and in the north. Because if our people are developing Igbo land, somebody will be writing, you are an invader. Who did you invade? Did you invade your own land or did you invade Ugawasa? That is why they are destroying their business in Lagos. That is why they are destroying their business in Abuja. That is why they are destroying their business in Kaduna and Kanu, everywhere, killing Igbo man, because they feel that Igbos are invaders to their community. But are the same people that will invite you to come and invest their place, they are the people who will sell cheap land. They will make the land cheap for you to attract you. 2 acres of land for 1.2 million. And the man will tell you, come and develop it now. No worry, for 2 point, you give me put work on Oshoba. Patra, you may invest there. Actually, how many Igbo, all are not on Yoruba or not on our Samuel. Everyone invented now. So our people should make use of their common knowledge. The book is not meant for the Igbo people, it's meant for their own people in their own areas. So to be seeing an Igbo man who is doing his legitimate business in Lagos as an invader of Lagos, to make Igbo man. But now all these things gearing to one thing, that you are not wanted in Nigeria. You are not wanted. This is what we're telling our people. Come back home. And also keep an eye on these criminals who are creating insecurity, because the reason why they are creating also insecurity, like I said, they will tell you to sit at home. You go and sit at home, they will come and kill you and burn your houses at home. You come out, they said, okay, why did you come out? Go back, and then by the time they have already burned your house. Now they said you should be one Nigeria. They don't want you in one Nigeria. Now you go back and say, okay, let me go back to East. Now they come, you see all the same method. Now they come to East and creating insecurity so that you will not leave Lagos and return home. You will not leave Abuja and return home. So now the only backfall our people have now is to support IPOB. Don't come out in the open. It's not necessary that you will come out in the open and do what IPOB do. Go in the back, link the IPOB leadership. Ask them, my brothers, everything we are about to go through now, how can we support? In which way can we support? This is what the Fulanis and the Yorubas are doing. Look evidence of evidence. No certificate. Chicago University have issued, there is nobody like him. The people who went to school during the time Jagaban quote that he went to school there said that they don't know anybody with such a name. There is nothing like that. Nigeria has been messed up. Nigeria has become a stain in African soil. So the only way now, answering in Nigeria, outside Nigeria, is even worse than that. It's a stigma. You don't mention yourself as a Nigerian. They will see you automatically as a criminal. So Nigeria is of no benefit. The best thing, people engage us here. Once they ask me or ask our people, where are you from? We say that it's a Biafra. They relax. Biafra, oh Biafra. And believe me, all of them know. They will say Biafra. We remember Biafra 1967. There is a famine, and I will say to them, there's no famine. There's no famine at that time. It's an artificial sea, air, and land blockade that the British put in place to create hunger, artificial hunger. We are in a tropical area. There is no way famine would have, been an issue in our land if somebody did not block our ways of survival. So they know. I have spoken to 1,001 of people here. Once you mention Biafra, they want to talk. They will ask you, how are you guys faring? What is going on? Are you guys still on it? Is it back now? We thought that all of you finished. We thought that they finished all of you. It's something that is worth fighting for and dying for, than dying for in Nigeria, that when they see you here, once you mention Nigeria, they look at you automatically. One month today, they will look at you automatically like a criminal. They will look down on you. And Nigeria, as even word, is a byword here. Niger area. In Greece, you and I visited, have lived for years. They call it Niger area. That is what they call it. Even Nigeria, Niger area. They call it as they call the byword to you in their language. Niger area. That's how they pronounce it in Greece.
Even though here in Germany, what they call Nigeria is Nigeria.
So
it's only English people trying
to make it look like it's a moderate, but it's obvious. It's a dirty slut word to identify yourself as a Nigerian. So my people, in conclusion, Mazi, so this so-called basic educational book that is being circulated around, it should we are calling the Nigerian state and the so-called our governors in the east to make sure that they stop this, and there should be a lawsuit against whoever that published that type of book to blackmail a particular race of people. You don't try such a thing here. It's only in the so-called Nigeria you will choose to blackmail a particular race, and then they get away from you. Now, if you're talking about Igbo people are invaders, then what do you call Fulanis who came from Mali, Niger, and Chad, and all the rest of it? You can at least say that the Yorubas are within their location, the Hausas are within their location, Igbo race are within their location. You cannot say that our people in the riverine area are not Igbos. They are Igbos. The more you move, you change, your language differs. That's how it is. Mazi, where you build your house back home, I believe it's not directly in your father's compound. There is still extension. It goes that way. That is how. Who knows whether if we are related, because we are the same people answering Oba. It could be maybe extended grandfather that that left Anambra State and came to Imo State, where I found myself, and they still maintain that Oba's extension. You don't know. That is how life is. Our people keep migrating to the coast until the ocean stops them. You go to I believe in Germany there is a coastal region where people ship. Those people in that coast say that they are not a part of Germany or the part of the community there. No, because what stopped them from migrating is the ocean. Had even there is no ocean there, our people could have even migrated further. So our people migrate even to Amazonia. You see, this is how extended we are. But the real reason Amazonia were left also, was 1961 when our brother Isaac Iwe came and attacked them, bullied them out of our own space. They decided to say, okay, here. Let me join Cameroon and today. You have the same hatred have been extended to them. So to tell you that the same people. And they are proud when they were with us than now that they are being killed alone and nobody's even talking about. This is exactly what they are also doing with our people now in the coastal region. They want to isolate them from the mainland. So when you kill somebody in the coastal region, you say that it's not Igbo you're killing Niger Delta people. When you kill people in the mainland, they will say, oh, it's not, they are killing Igbo people here. So they don't want you to identify. That's why we are going back to make sure that Biafra is our name. You cannot. Germany killed thousands of people, millions of people. They didn't change their name as Germany. They still answered to maintain their Germany today. So we cannot change our name as Biafran people. This is who we are. This is our identity. We're going to protect it. We're going to fight for it and defend it and make it, workable. So anybody telling you that our people in the coastal region are now Biafran. It's only one reason, for only one reason. That's why they call them South South, that does not exist in the cardinal point. South South does not exist in the cardinal point. They found no reason, they couldn't fix them, with their brothers. They could not also fix them in the east. They could not even fix them in the south. They call them South South. So which doesn't make any sense at all. So what they're doing is that if we abandon Biafra, that means if you're killing people in the coastal region, they will look at it that they are not Biafrans that you're killing. It's not the same Biafra you killed 1967. You see the psychological game these people are playing, because they want you to abandon Biafra. So when they kill an Igbo man, you will not see it is a Biafran that you're killing. When they kill a German, you will not see it is the same Biafra that you killed 1967. So that's why we must protect and fight to make sure that Biafra is restored. Mazi, once again, thank you very much for giving me this great chance to be in this platform. And I want to also appreciate your good work, Mazi. We must remain very strong. It's very, very challenging. It's a tedious job that we're doing. You and I are supposed to be somewhere now, supposed to be in work, but our people are first. Religion is not our issue. It's not something that we will just look at it and then abandon the welfare of our people. We must protect our people. We are here for our people, not to kill them, as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said. And everybody should remember that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is going to court tomorrow. Whatever they are going to say in the court or whatever they're going to do in the court, we don't know, because the court have discharged and acquitted this man. We are letting the public and our audience know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been discharged and acquitted, but they're still bringing him to court, even when court have told them, do not bring this man to court again or charge him to court for anything or for the same case again in future. But being Nigeria as ill-educated country that doesn't know their left from right, country that have been run with a certificateless president, country that have been run by the old men of 90 years and the 100 years, country that has the youth are not priority to them, which is the priority to any country. Mazi, you know yourself, in the country where you are, if you touch a youth today, you go for life imprisonment. That officer will automatically lose his, will go for prison. That officer that will molest a youth, a teenager, or flog and beat a woman will automatically go to prison straight away. But these things are happening in Nigeria because Nigeria is a rogue state. Nobody knows while they're left. Nobody, their governors don't even know what they're doing. The senators don't know what they're doing. They will cry in the Senate house. They will mess up themselves. They will, they will disobey their own court. They will, just everything is, you will know that it's a country of mad people and animals. And they have exposed themselves. Let them continue bringing on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It will be their downfall. That's the promise to them. It will be their downfall. It will be their last bus stop. And we are not going to back down. That is a promise to them. We are engaging the world. Since they arrested Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they should, since they kidnapped Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they should look at, their economy now, how bad it is, and how countries are running away, individuals and groups are running away from the country because they haven't seen anything. Look at what they did to the election. They thought that report the West have given out to their own people here, that somebody who won the election, they rigged it. They think that the people didn't listen to it, and now it's affecting them. Naira now is almost 1,200 to a pound. So British, you can use your pounds and come and buy the whole Biafra land, because you want to kill Nigerian currency and then use it to possess our land, because this is their plan. You remember, even the dead Buhari also realized again. He realized again. You remember when he went to an interview, they asked him to be.
I don't know if you have like 5 minutes.
Okay.
You give us more 5 minutes, please. I want you to touch also on this Supreme Court governor. The one that is lying to our people, that they have already secured a job for our people in Australia.
Mazi, is that then what is it? Does that even worth our time?
Listen, we have a lot of gullible people in our land.
I know.
Living in Europe, we have to explain to these people, because as that man was saying that in public,
people were giving applause to him.
And they were thinking that, okay, people couldn't even ask a question. But Oga, wait, this job you are securing for us in Australia, why can't you build this thing in Imo State for us to have our own factory? Mazi,
Mazi,
just touch it for 2 minutes. If you don't like it, then you forget about it, Mazi.
okay, Mazi, let me just say it in simple terms, because sometimes we try to stay away from religious issue, but it's something we still drag us into it, because that's the reason why Mazi Nnamdi says that anybody telling you that a Christianity issue or religious, foreign religion issue will not be discussed in our movement, you're not one of us. It's like the same promise, they told you that you save your treasure in heaven. That is where you will get it, and you should be looking at God. There is one a place built with gold and diamond, and you will get a mansion. It's your mansion. And the people that have built their own mansion in this world, those people who introduce that to you never allow you to get a visa to come in. You can't come for free. You will just need to pay through your nose, sell your land and property just to get a visa to cross here. Exactly. So it becomes a delusion, promises to dupe and rob people. Maz, the whole thing is that somebody who could not provide, my God, somebody is campaigning. You're not promising to provide job, which there are. We have Adapam in Imo State. Nobody is managing that industry. That industry alone can create almost 10 to 15,000 jobs in Imo State. And that can even grow the economy of Imo State, where we have that Adapam in Imo State. It's a massive investment. And this is how, is it Thailand or whatever, I don't know which country, Malaysia is using as one of their strongest economic backbone is palm oil, but instead these people to invest and cut down the palm trees that are too old to climb and plant another one, create job, employ you to bring machineries that will be producing oil. People will make, if they don't know what to do, let's teach them a little bit of economy, invest in that particular field and let people create job there. You see youth professions, and the palm oil can be used for soap and everything to produce a lot of things, and that will create a very stable job for our people. You don't do it, you do not create any other job for our people. You are now telling them you are going to create 4,000 jobs in Europe. So you're talking to my older brother, no, say, okay, she's in Europe, be on okay, bekee created in Europe nga me na ga abụọ nwanne hụla na nwere ka ịhụrụ ebe nọ nwere ebe ịhụrụ, is nah, never should wake up from this type of nonsense. This is somebody that have killed our people, destroy our youth, just put our youth to under run, you constant run, destroy our law completely. And now he's telling you that now the European Union have already come out because they don't want people to hold them accountable. On the channel, everything is serious. That's why I said to people here, you don't Mazi, you know what I'm saying? You don't come out and threaten people here openly like that. You just threaten people. One nigga cross threat now. If I been a court to be a one he did not threaten. I'm not threatening people here. Everywhere. Even you cannot one always joke in a most before he take it serious. So my bekee na anyere ihe asị na na geli where you forgive, you should forgive. How about egbe ha say forgive, egbo ha say forgive. They don't forgive, they take every little thing in here serious. As soon as Okebeke came out to make that proclamation, immediately, not less than 24 hours, they came out in the open as well, said that we are not aware of this job this man claimed that he created in Europe. So they disclaimed it immediately, distanced themselves from the nonsense. They make it very clear, because people will just think that guy is saying the truth. But this is Oyibo for you. People should learn how to know when somebody is lying to them. And what is your connection from Imo State to Europe? That I heard that he said that he's spoken to the president of Prime Minister of Canada and also the European Union and this. And people do not ask him, where is your evidence? Where did you speak to them? Is it where? Looking at him, people, and you see people clapping. You know, and when we're telling them the truth, you won't see them. This place in Ekperima is lying to them, talking rubbish. We are here telling you we are engaging the government. We are writing letter to them. They are responding to us. People in the secret asylum here. We represent our people here. They call us to investigate the stories and the information that they are getting from. And somebody that is doing nothing. I think there was a time he was making a video that is for asylum people. Have they asked him where is that meeting that he called both this useless boy that called us, Okonkwo and the rest of them? Where do they go with that nonsense thing? They want to merge IPOB. You know, it's not IPOB so dent. Like I said, we are blessed, and our people need to know that people who are championing IPOB are not hungry people. Mazi, you know yourself. We know what we are doing here. We know how relaxed we are here. But what concerns us is what, you know, the suffering of our people, and that's why you and I left whatever we are doing now, trying to educate our people, trying to inform them, not to give them fake promise, not to tell them that Biafra will come tomorrow, not to give them, lie to them, not to be destroying their businesses. People who could have contributed in Biafra and IPOB, you went and burned down their business, you went and burned down their shops, you went and destroyed Agadi one in Eroko. Again at school, class, teacher is the most respectable people profession in Europe here in the Western world. You don't mess up with teachers here. But to look at teachers, they give them nothing. They downgraded teachers, disrespected them. Somebody will go to the school and pull up a teacher and be flogging him because he was trying to enforce it at home. And people think that this is the right thing to do. And you're telling me this is our people. I am telling you, it's not about, is this thing going to get us Biafra? No, it's not about that. These are government-sponsored agents who came to Redeko and put sand into what we are doing. So refer it to them that these are the ones that are causing this, not our people. Don't be asking the question, is this thing going to get us Biafra? No. What we are doing, we know what we are doing. What will get us Biafra, we know what we are doing, and we are doing it. The people who are doing this are government, and when they want you to come out in the public, is this going to free Mazi Nnamdi? Because they want to play that thing that doing it to free Mazi Nnamdi, it will not free him. And the more they are doing this, they know that it's affecting you, and they will continue to hold Mazi Nnamdi. Now we need to call by the names of those who are sponsoring it. It's Nigerian sponsored agents that are sponsoring these people, not our people. So it has nothing to do with the freedom of Mazi Nnamdi. It has nothing to do with it. In fact, what they are trying to do is to use it to scuttle what we are doing. So we need to correct our media warriors not to be using, is this thing going to bring Mazi Nnamdi out? Is this thing going to, we know what we're doing to bring Mazi Nnamdi. Our lawyers are engaging as well. We are engaging the international communities here. We are doing it in a professional way. And these criminals sponsored by the Nigerian security agencies cannot be used, to scuttle what we are doing. And we need to tell the world that these are the people sponsoring this insecurity and these criminal activities in our land, not our own people. These are missionaries. These are missionaries. Mazi, thank you very much once again for giving me this time. And I believe we have made justice to today's program. At least we have managed to cover up the time that we lost yesterday. We sincerely apologize our people yesterday for not coming to you the way we planned. It was not in our own making. It was technical difficulties. You people can see how much we work hard here to make sure that we bring it to you. And we want to sincerely thank all of you for joining us, for listening to us. If you have not watched this, watch it again and share it to our people. People need to get this type of program to understand where they stand and what we're doing. And that's why we are coming here. Not by arms and force attack to educate you. We need to educate you in a professional way. No white man, no race, or that no Chinese, no India that will educate you with guns and bullets, burning down your business. Nobody will learn anything like that. Here they will educate you in a professional manner, in a way you will understand where you stand, where you're going, where you're directing. Nobody, I will do this. No. Nobody educate people, in that manner. As a freedom fighter, you will do your job. You will also come and engage your people. I remember during the time of Biafra, Ojukwu would be also broadcasting, coming on Radio Biafra at that time, telling our people where we are, what we have achieved, the areas we are going, the areas we have secured, where we have launched attack on the enemy, and the areas we have secured. This is how, and our people now will understand where we, and educate them to how to avoid criminals and avoid, attack from the enemy. This is how you get. You don't just go and people be them one motor, be they destroy what their life. With the situation of Nigeria now, you're not going to destroy the things. You're not seeing it. They are doing it in the name of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we are asking you, the reason why they are holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is for this to continue. That is the reason why they are holding, because once they free Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, this nonsense will stop. Then who are you going to attack tomorrow? Because now Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that's why we're telling you that the Nigerian government are the ones sponsoring this. The governors are the ones sponsoring this attack you're seeing in our land, not our own people. Thank you, Mazi, and have a very nice week.
Thank you very much, our deputy to European rep. Thank you very, very much for accepting, even though for the invitation. We know that some people, because of the way they are going to be putting their hand, what happened yesterday, maybe you are not going to return back today again. I really thank you. And as time goes on, we are also going to bring you once again to talk to our people. Some of our audience that are here that never watched this video, please don't hesitate to circulate this video because it's very, very important. I thank you very much, Mazi.
Thank you.
But thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Exit, and
thank
I
you.
want to just
thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right, wonderful people, freedom fighters, lovers of freedom, great people all over the world. We are calling it a day, but before I will call it a day, there is a voice note that I want to play here for some of our brothers and sisters in Germany that are looking for IPOB family meeting. You are going to hear this voice note, and I hope the address is also there. And you have to do what you have to do. I mean, you have to support your people, support Biafra Restoration Project, because if you are leaving this issue for only IPOB family, it's going to be very, very hard for us. This is a collectively, we are going to restore Biafra. But let me play this voice note so that we are going to listen to it, please, my people. And I hope I'm going to come up also tomorrow on that court date.
All must hear Biafra. IPOB, one family. IPOB, one family. One family, IPOB. This is to inform all the IPOB compound family units under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu of our October 2023 coming meeting. Thanks to Chukwu Abiyama that shall make it possible. He said. Just as we, the IPOB compound family, are getting ready of our every second Saturday of the month meeting, which is coming on the 14th of October 2023, being Saturday, by 3 p.m. at Avo Maria Juhas Center, Ronenstrasse 50765 Köln, Please come one, come all with any new genuine IPOB member. But please be punctual to enable us go home in time.
All hail Biafra.
Mazi Okechukwu, ndewo na ọrụ ọma ị na-arụ n'ime inwere onwe anyị bụ Biafra. Isi ike nwanne.
Chukwu gozie gị.
Ọ ga-adịrị gị mma n'ezinụlọ.
Ọ ga-adịrị unu mma.
Chukwu okike abịama kerele ụwa.
Ise.
Chukwu okike abịama kerele ụwa. Ewepụtarịrị onye isi anyị bụ Nnamdi Kanu. Nnamdi Kanu ji agba mbọ Chukwu okike abịama edeeli ya n'oge nye anyị Biafra.
Ise.
N'oge na-adịghị anya. Chukwu okike abịama meziere anyị nke dịka anyị siri kwuo n'aha Chukwu okike abịama kerele ụwa.
Ise. 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 Ndewo. I have to close this. Okay, great people of Biafra. I thank you all once again. I will be playing this every day. They are saying there's no sound. I don't know why you people are saying there's no sound. Of course, I'm going to make this also in a public. I salute you all, and I will call it a day.